I have full screen YouTube, so.
It looks good, by the way. We're just going live, so I was being quiet.
I mean, yeah, we can edit some of this, so that's fine. Later. All right. All right, you ready?
What's up here, everybody? It's Cody here with Royalty Card Gaming, here with the Lord himself, Elijah, making a rare appearance finally.
Greetings, greetings.
Just here bringing you some Dusk Till Dawn draft results. We had one at both Express TCG here in the CSRA Friday, and then Saturday at Top Dog Comics. The Lord wasn't here on Friday, but I did draft some for some Levia. You know, it's the only way to do these Monarch drafts. Really, there was 2 pods Friday. Pod 1, thank God I wasn't in that pod. There was 4 Levias in that pod. Everybody was trying to hard force it, and yeah, they were having a terrible time. But thankfully, I was the only Levia player in my pod, and everybody was just giving me all the goods. So
Had to show them the truth.
just the truth. And so I ended up like on a list that was actually kind of scary. It ran a lot of non-block Deadwood Rumblers because for some reason that day it just wanted to give me Deadwood Rumblers. But I did manage to get 3 of the Dread Screamer package. I think I had two at least Beast Hulk, and then a bunch of generic 6s as well. And you'll see them. I think I had 1 Endless Maw here. And so yeah, the draft went really well. We pulled this Bolton round 1. I forget this gentleman's name, but he's playing Axe Bolton obviously, and the game didn't last long. It went, I think it was 5 or 6 turns max, and yeah, it was an intense game, and I kind of lucked out at the end because. Well, it was kind of funny that we always have this point, me and you, Elijah, we do, where I'm playing Levia, and I'm like, basically, I know you've got 2 floating, and I'm like, this is definitely the pump play. And the similar thing happened here, and he was definitely...
Fortunately for you, this is draft, so you're not too scared of what's coming next.
Well, he had 1 floating, and I knew that there was 1 pump that you could get for Bolton, like, as an attack reaction. And I was basically just waiting on him to do it. And I was like, if I had done it, and you'll see it in this video once we skip forward, I literally say in this video, like, oh, well, if you have it, and I have to block out anyways, I'm going to die to Blood Dead anyway, so if you got it, you got it. Go ahead and throw it down. And he didn't have it, so it just happened to be one of those times where calling BS benefited me, so.
Hey, draft's a good place to do that in.
So yeah, I think I won the roll, and I actually say I'm going first here. God, I have a terrible, terrible laugh. Jesus.
It's just your laugh of his imminent demise. That's all. Unfortunately for this Bolton, all he's got is that Gallantry Gold. So and you managed to draft the piece that you actually needed.
Well, I had 2. I had the Ebb and Fold and the. It's not seen on camera. I have the hooves.
The hooves?
Yeah.
Oh, nah. Yeah, no, this guy's super screwed.
He almost pulled it off, man. We were both at 1, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, Bolton is very... I mean, I guess that's the case for most heroes in the set, but, like, I think him more than most are really dependent on you drawing certain cards. or drafting, I guess, certain cards in order for him to be good. Like, I low-key really like the hatchets. I sort of wish the first hatchet got a +1 if you used both. That way, like, then of course it would be amazing. But
I'm about to say this guy did too, because I was able to block efficiently playing around. And if you can hear the video, I literally asked him multiple times. I felt bad for the guy. I was just stalling for time, basically, like getting him to count up his damage total one more time, so I could
we
block
can turn it up a little.
Yeah, this first turn was weird. He was running like a belittle. Just so we're not spending too much time on these first two videos, you can put the replay speed to like 1.5, or whatever is still intelligent comms on the video.
See what this does.
And then, am I good to block?
Sound like a chip.
Yeah, belittle's really good in draft.
Yeah.
Being able to tutor out a card to pitch for is pretty awesome.
Yeah, I was honestly concerned. I didn't know what he was gonna tutor out.
Well, I mean, it's always going to be Winnowism, but what color? I mean, the into the blue one is just obviously good.
Yeah, and this is where my lack of Monarch draft experience came into play.
Yeah.
Because I'm not used to seeing Minnowism. I think once Chane Living Legend, you really didn't see that much anymore.
I mean, you saw it every now and then. It's mostly belittle, red belittle into the blue Winnowism to pitch away. Mm-hmm. You saw it a lot in ninjas because it paid for their Kodachis, and it's a 0 cost, so it turned them on.
No, another card I drafted in this that was super like underrated. It's good and limited. Is those Lunartide Blunderers? Couldn't get enough of those.
Yeah, that card is low key pretty good. I've always hated being on the receiving end of that card.
Only bad thing is it's like a 3 for 6 or 7. That's the only bad thing about it. But in limited, that's real good, especially if it banishes.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I think this is Engulfing Light. If this hits, he'll put it into his soul. I forget if I just eat this or not. I don't think I eat this.
I don't think we're going to go to time. We'll either win or lose before that happens.
I mean, in a draft environment, this really isn't awful. Like, obviously, if this was like a constructed or, blitz, you'd have to be concerned about things rapidly going into his soul because you know what he's waiting for. But
yeah. Thankfully, he said he didn't draft a Lumina in this, so
yeah.
I'm assuming that's like the god hit in the draft. Like if you get that, you're like, I win.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it depends. Like, Lumen is so dependent on certain cards that it's hard. It's hard to.
I've also never seen Lumina with Hatch Bolton.
Yeah. It's certainly not awful. The only reason I don't know if it's better than Sabers or not, just because I like how well they synergize with Bolton. And then obviously Courage of Bladehold makes all your swords free. But if there was like something like that for axes, bro, Spill Blood is such a good card. Such a good card.
I do have you to credit for my for this the experience I do have with the Ravenous Meat Axe, the way I use it here, because of that the starter deck in your cube that you got me started out on. It made these plays super simple of, yeah, I'm just doing this attack and the meat axe, this attack and the meat axe, this attack and the meat axe. And more often than not, it was coming in for 5.
It's pretty solid for Levia, especially in draft. It's like Mansant said, it's like the training wheels for Levia. So
I didn't know if it was just like
charging is what turns on the +1 if you block.
I don't know. I spent a majority of last night on my Hexagore deck, like siding in Meat Axe just to see, and I was like, it brought a whole different dynamic because I wasn't going turbo consumed as fast, unfortunately, so I don't know if it'll work. It was interesting though.
Yeah. Definitely something you'd have to build around.
Yeah, I let this hit. It sucks.
Yeah, this Bolton seems to be doing pretty solid.
Yeah,
like,
he's going to nationals.
I think if he had drafted like more equipment, you probably would have pulled this one off.
Yeah, because I figured this is typical Bolton gameplay. Oh, dude, this endless maw only came in for 6. I was so upset.
Hey. Thankfully, Levia fixed that in this set.
Yeah, right.
So you're not dependent on the total random graveyard picks.
Well, I didn't have much blood debt this turn, or if any at all, so I don't know if I lose any life. But he ends up just eating this 6.
Yeah.
I figure this is typical, like, Axe Bolton versus Levia. We're just hitting the crap out of each other.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, in a race like that, you're gonna win. Like,
Yeah.
well, I don't feel like Bolton puts out that kind of damage in this kind of format.
It's all draft dependent.
Yeah.
What's
I mean, the
going on
hatchets
video?
are good.
Oh,
I mean, you
must be
saw
thinking, yeah.
hatchets are okay.
Yeah.
They're just, yeah.
If he had drawn a raid, he would have been feeling much better about life.
Yeah. Unfortunately, you have to go a little heavier on the blues with axes.
We'll start off with Compulsion.
Here it is.
Yep. And well, I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Like you hitting that endless maw and whiffing on that almost guarantees you this.
Yeah. So it's not all bad missing on the endless.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. So 2 blood debt, and then there's 2 6s. So
2 6s.
Sounds great, buddy.
Yep. Gonna suck for you, bro.
And I knew he felt so bad about it because he picked up the card and looked at it, even though like he'd been playing a while. So Graveling Growl for 10.
Graveling Growl for 8. Is it 10?
It's 10.
Oh, the red gives you +3, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then no resource.
that sucks.
That's the reason why I think in Blitz, Convulsions Levia might be the way.
Seems pretty good.
So he went down to 1, and he still almost
Didn't block
made
at
it.
all?
No. He blocked 1-3.
It's all checking out now.
Yeah, and he got via the Vanguard, and I was just sitting there like, bro, what the hell?
Yeah. I'm curious how you blocked this.
Did I block? I don't think I did.
Oh. Well, maybe you should have, but
Or maybe I did. Let's see. I don't remember. Yep, no, I just eat it.
I say you'll start blocking here though.
Mm-hmm. This is where I start asking about the pump.
And so since this is hatchet of body, the next one will swing for 3 base?
3 base and then 1 from B, so it'll be 4.
Okay.
Or maybe not. Maybe
Yeah,
I.
so hatchet will come in for 3. If you block, it goes to 4.
Mhm.
The second hatchet will come in for 4. 5 if you block.
Yeah, we'll block 3, take 1.
Yeah, I took 1 on the first one.
Yeah, you'll block 2 here.
And this is for 4, you said.
2 base plus 1 from here.
Or you block with 1 and your leg piece.
Goes to 5.
I've already bought with my leg piece this game.
So we block 6. Yep.
Okay.
There it is.
Let's get on the 0 dust stack later.
Because I drop and pass back to him.
Yeah, that would have been the goods.
Talking about a 0 with go again.
Okay. Just be a Boneyard Marauder for 6. And then let's see if I can
I must have still have 1 card in hand, in that in arsenal.
You did. You block with 3, and a card was in your arsenal.
Because this saves me from the
Oh,
blood
good one,
debt.
thank God. Not blood debt.
Oh, dude, Boneyard Marauder, I love it.
Yeah, say you couldn't have passed here because you would have died.
Dude, I love Boneyard Marauder. It's gotten me out of so many pinches.
It's a good card.
Move in.
Because it rips 2 cards from his hands immediately. Like, and I think he whiffed this hand anyway, so he's got a hand of all red. So he's gonna play out like I think he hatchets, has resource floating, and then like he's like pretending like he has it, and I start not like really clowning him, but having a good time with him, you know, like you gonna pump it?
Hey, gotta put the pressure on, man. Force it out of him.
Tough.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been really easy if I'd drawn better.
I'm laughing here, but I'm honestly like nervous as hell because I'm like, bro, please, not a bump.
After taking the test.
I'm about to say, if you need to increase the speed, I think he sits here for a minute and thinks his turn through.
Does he? Yeah, I was wondering that.
Yeah, this is it.
Have to charge the one thing will happen. Correct.
Where you at, bro?
You got a pop?
I don't know. There were a few in the draft.
But yeah, it's that's basically how this ends, and then I think I get the Beast Hulk play next turn.
Yeah, I mean you got 3 cards in hand. I hope you can close this out.
Yeah, it's literally just Beast. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's how this ends.
Guess it doesn't really matter what you drew there.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
okay,
That's
the
it.
end of that one.
And that's how that one ended. Game 2 was Prism. Just looking back on that game, it was weird because like, well, obviously he had Luminaris. Like, this is the Ian guy, and he managed to pack one, pull a Luminaris. So he's pretty much on just on Prism the entire. You know, like I'm drafting Prism, even though he noted that there
Yeah,
was a bunch
it's
of
hard
Levia
not
stuff.
to.
Yeah.
Literally just have to pull another aura and you're just fine.
But I think my one mistake during this game was I was too hasty to start swinging for blood debt. You know what I'm saying? Like I should have populated my graveyard more and just swung into auras, rather than just tee off on him immediately because I think I take more damage from blood debt than whatnot. It's kind of tragic. Yeah, 1.5 should be fine. Yeah, can I just say how much I love the playmats from this set, bro? Like, chef's kiss.
Yeah. The stained glass one is definitely my favorite. And obviously you like the other one. Dang, it's taking a minute, huh?
Yeah, apparently it did. You can go ×2. I think the point at which I was really dead in this match, I got lost, was at the endless. It was an endless maw or one of the 6s whiffed, and I took like 8 blood debt from it. It was awful. They just crippled me immediately.
Live by the Levia, die by the Levia.
Yeah. Not with the new one, but.
No, no, definitely not. I think she suffered long enough.
Right.
A nice Rouse of the Ancients pull, though.
Oh, bro, I'm sorry. We're gonna have to probably restart and reclip.
Oh, yeah?
I left it on the welcome screen.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Okay.
It's my bad.
No, that's alright.
hang on. We won't restart the live stream. We'll just restart from the beginning, and I can go back and clip this out. Let me see here. Hang on. Sorry.
It's all good, man. Like we're still new to this game, so.
Yeah. So, if anybody was watching, I am sorry. That was a rookie mistake right there. Bro. I hate this camera. Not this camera, but it'd be really cool. As that's part of the problem is I can't get when I started the stream in here, it pulled up this this calendar, which is cool, but then it's like, okay, there we go. That's how you get back to that. All right, we're gonna ×2 this one just to try and like get through it.
Yeah.
Hang on.
I think we should do that for most of these, except for the end one.
I'm looking at. Let me make sure that I'm able to see your screen on the stream. Yeah, that should do it. So yeah. Anyways, wait. So, are we not watching the first two again, or are we just kind of?
No, we're going to. I'm just setting them.
No, you're all good. You're
all right,
good.
let's go. Let's do this.
All right. Yeah. Just real quick, put it on ×2.
It is. Because you don't shuffle that fast.
Yeah. I wish. I'd be a dealer.
Yeah, no doubt. So, going back to what we were saying, this is Bolton versus Levia.
Yeah.
And
really, this was just a smack fest. Like, us just smacking each other, trying to get momentum, giving up life to do so. The deciding turn where I really crippled his ability to swing back was on a 10 Graveling Growl Convulsions Dominate. In a game of Blitz, there's not really a lot of ways to come back from that. The Lord here would know. He plays Bravo. He dominates everything. It hurts.
I want to shout out to the new Starstruck card. The one card that I will 100% be dominating for 10 every time I swing it.
That is right.
It forces you to block with all your armor or not attack at all. So, big shout out to that card.
I was about to say, you can actually click forward a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I think...
There we go.
Yeah. Should be good. This wasn't the best quality anyways. This was the growing pains right here of how do I figure out how to see the arsenal zone. Yeah, this is the thing we were talking about earlier, the belittle into minnowism.
Mm-hmm.
Things
Good combo. Unfortunate it was not a blue, but
yeah,
you get what you get in draft.
Things I'm not used to seeing. I wondered looking back if he knew if he wondered how many convulsions I was running since I'm just up and blocked with one.
Yeah, unless you play against Levia a lot, that's not really something that you're just as someone who obviously plays against Levia a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like my concern is generally trying to strip you down to making you block with 3 cards.
Yeah,
because I know that your damage potential, like Levia's not very good at managing a bunch of like low card hand, like low hand size.
Yeah, you at least need
if I force you to block a lot, then you're probably in trouble.
Yeah, you at least need 2 cards usually, or 1 card and 1 card in arsenal to get a turn
Yeah.
off. That's the
I
cool
will
thing.
say that
Go ahead.
this Bolton did make, like, now watching this again, like it was a mistake to block with that hand piece right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Um,
He's using equipment early.
yeah, and that's typically bad. Like, you'll see towards the end of this game, there's a point here where, like, it would have been very useful for him to just block with uh that hand piece later. Like, it would have saved him like almost a whole card. Well, it did. It would have saved him a whole card, and that probably would have been enough to close the game out for him.
No,
But
it makes sense.
here we are.
I kind of did the same thing though. Like I think though that he was attacking me with something that either went to his soul, or he was going to draw a card, and I didn't want him to give it go again off the card draw. So I was like, I'm just going to give you my hooves for this.
Yeah. I mean, you see it. I mean, there's tons of videos out there explaining how tempo works in this game, and I guess that, like, so I've been playing this game since the end of Crucible of War into this set Monarch,
Uh-huh.
and the most pivotal moment, I guess, in this game for me was figuring out when to block with my armor versus when not to block with my armor.
Right.
So for all of you new players that are watching this, take some time and learn how to block with your armor. Like, it may seem like you're moving backwards at first because you're just like, this
Eating
is
damage.
uncomfortable, and I would rather block this moment so I can keep this card in my hand. But the armor gains more value the longer the game goes on. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, don't use it unless you have to use it. Early game, blocking with your whole hand doesn't hurt as much as it does later in the game when you block with your whole hand. So
Right. I think that goes to that
keep that in mind.
that value point that you were talking to me about. Is like you have to assess the math of how much does this defend for,
Yeah. If you
versus how
can,
much I
if
can attack for with it.
yeah, if a piece of armor can block more than what it's worth, like, for instance, Gallantry Gold blocks for 1, right? So we'll use Bravo as a big example because he's literally like one of the highlight heroes that really emphasizes this point. I threw a Crush Confidence at you, or a Choke Slam. That's probably a good one. A Choke Slam for 7 at you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You block with 2 cards and an armor piece. Well, or you block with a card and an armor piece to deny my Crush effect, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And so the Crush effect says that you can't gain power on your next turn, right? So you're playing your next turn and you're looking and you have a bunch of pump cards in your hand. So you didn't just gain 1 point of value off of your Gallantry Gold. You gained however many pump cards plus that 1 point of value out of your card.
No, no, you're definitely right. I'm sorry, I'm not to cut you off, but I'm just gonna sit here and bask in the glory of dominating
Yeah.
him.
This moment he was like, well, this is probably the end.
if you
And
can
he
get
was right.
if you can get 10 dominate off in Levia, it's especially in Blitz, it really just cuts the leg off. He almost came back. This via the Vanguard play is absolutely nutty. Like he pulled
Yeah.
that, and I was like, bro, you got to be kidding me right now.
Yeah, this was a pretty solid response to your 10 dominate.
Yeah, honestly, out of all the responses, like just short of a Lumina Ascension, this is pretty goated. Like honestly.
Yeah, Via the Vanguard's pretty broken in draft format. Especially his hand with having a blue to pitch for it.
Yeah,
Bruh.
yeah. Into the 2 hatchets. Jesus. Thank God I didn't have a non-block in my hand. Otherwise, I'd probably just lose. And remember, I told you I had like 6 or 7 of the deadwoods in the deck. Just
Yeah.
non-blocks.
So it's
Entirely.
very real that you had would have
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
non-block in your hand.
That being said, I was kind of fat decking it because I didn't want to get fatigued. So I think I had like 36 in this draft.
Oh, nice. Yeah, and then you have a card in your arsenal still.
Yeah, so this wasn't
So
really that
you'll,
bad. Keep the blue, or anything really. It just needs to pitch for one.
yeah. Yeah, I remember when we were first going through this, we were like, do I only have one card in hand?
Yeah, I was sitting there counting. I was like,
It's like, I think you're dead here.
as Ben would say, "What's in the arsenal, fuck boy?"
But my man, my Bolton here was not prepared for this Levia skill. So
I'm not gonna say like I'm super skilled. Just I went 2-1 both days, so it was unfortunate. I was like,
yeah.
you'll see game two. If I had just gotten around this prism, I'm pretty sure I bring home the 3-0 dub that day. So
Of course, when you have a Luminaris Prism in your pod, it's kind of
yeah, like between both
hard.
days, like both pods I was in had a Luminaris prism. Like, what are the odds, bro?
Yeah.
Like get that disgusting weapon out of here, man. Nobody likes that.
What do you talk about? The new one's fantastic.
Oh, just chef's kiss. Just
Yeah.
that's the reason why.
Everybody else was really happy that it was not nearly as good.
Yeah, that's the reason why I see all these
So,
prison players running Iris of Reality on Talishar.
yeah. I don't know, man. Iris is okay.
no, no,
People out here hating, but it's okay.
Oh no, like
I mean,
I'm
look at
memeing that
Iris
it's
Dromai.
I'm memeing that it's better than than the new Luminaris because
Yeah,
all their
I 100% agree
auras
with that.
get 4 go again. So like if you don't clear auras, it turns into you're just gonna die now.
Yeah.
And that's how this game
I'm curious what if Iris is gonna be like if you remember how they had that Iris Dromai where like it was pretty much a prism but Dromai.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're gonna do if people are gonna try that out with this prism. I mean the Figment thing is really strong, don't misunderstand me, but like it feels like how Prism
Right.
should have been played. All right, so you saw here that you ended the game.
Yeah, end of the game. Like as soon as I draw into Beast Hulk, I'm like, as long as he doesn't swing something absurd, like I've just got the Beast Hulk finisher. You don't take any chances with anything else. You just go Beast Hulk and finish it off. So yeah, that's typically how that one went. That guy
All right.
revealed his
Oh,
previous hand to me, and it was a handful of red, and I was counting my lucky stars. So,
all right. Let's move on to the next one.
all right. So this one, draft game 2. This one's on times 2 as well.
It is.
All right. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
As
This
soon
is the
as soon
Luminaris
as
Prism that we were talking about.
yeah. Ian he flipped up one prism, but then 2 Luminaris. And I was like, he was sitting there like um, he was actually kind of complaining. Funny enough, he was like, "Oh, this is a terrible matchup for me, etc." And I was like, "I don't know, man. Old Luminaris kind of goated. So if there was a way for if you hadn't drafted Luminaris,
I
like,
mean, it's goaded if you for him it's goaded if he had auras.
which he did,
Um,
which he did.
yeah, yeah, because that's how you win this matchup. It's definitely not through heralds. So
And I think like there was really nothing else I could have done. I whiffed on where I needed to turn off blood debt. I whiffed, chopped my own
yeah,
leg out from under me, took
just
8 with
just
that 2
Levia
life.
things.
Yeah. I was just sitting there. I was like, well, we live and die by the blood debt. I literally start memeing in the video. We laugh to make sure the world doesn't see our pain. So
Yeah, you're secretly crying.
yeah. um, and so I think I just start like just going in like Oh, that's right. I went Meat Axe first turn and then got my Rouse, bro. I drew a Rouse in this.
Yeah, sad. Nice pull though.
Yeah. I was like, bro, I'm gonna get to use this because that's what I was debating on turn one. Like, can I show 13, which I couldn't if I was pitching for Rouse. Spoiler
Yeah.
alert. So I really wanted him to not pick that, put that in Arsenal, and wait for the next turn.
Yeah. Here's how you can tell who's a good player and who's not. That turn one,
Halo, yeah. As soon as he
that
did
turn
that,
one Halo.
as soon as he did that, I was like, oh, this isn't your grandma's Prism Crunch.
Yeah. Your boy here knows how to play some Prism, so.
Yeah, and so he starts just kadaching me with these. I'm asking him to read the text because I wasn't all that familiar, but I kind of got the gist once he started pinging me for one for these kadaching spectral shields. I was like, bro, this is absolutely not it.
Uh, okay, I was gonna say. Hopefully he.
Yeah, I think this is coming in for
I'm
everything.
curious how he pitched. What happened here? Like,
If you want to
why did he
pause,
pitch a blue and then a yellow?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure honestly. But I ended up taking like one because for every non-equipment card I block with onto Surging a Militia, it gets +1 added to it. So
But I'm still confused. Like how, like, because Surging Militia is only 2, right?
no, Surging Militia was for 5. Or no, for 6, and then add 2 to it.
What?
Yeah. And this is what I'm saying. I start getting aggressive. Like if you want to check out the Surging Militia, we can pause real quick and you can pull it up.
Oh, I feel like he knows what he's doing. I
Yeah.
was just, uh,
Yeah, you see where I
I
start
don't know.
like
That was
getting
weird.
too aggressive, like getting worried about the shields. Like I start swinging Hungering Slaughter Beast. I think this is 7. Yeah, 7, and just wrecking my graveyard immediately instead of just doing the swing the meat axe build.
Well, it is kind of important to get them shields down, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
at the cost
he's
of my
actually pretty
graveyard.
comfortable with blocking with 3 cards. So I mean,
Yeah, and
it's
he's just gonna keep doing that, pinging me for one, pinging me for one. It's so annoying. I was like, oh my god, bro, I hate
yeah, because you don't want
Luminous.
to waste a card blocking it. So
Yeah,
it's just like, meh.
yeah, dude, he's getting Lunar Tide plunderers out with spectral shields, just absolutely disgusting. And I end up hitting him with one, yeah, which he's gonna block out. Just
Yeah, of
casual
course he is.
3 card blocks. I mean, he had a real option not to. He just loses the shield. I can't. He doesn't have anything in his soul, so
Yeah, I guess in your case here, the only option was to try and dominate something.
yeah. Which I think I do eventually, but like so tragic. Yeah, this is the one.
Yeah,
And
and
then
he's probably fat decking it too, huh?
no, actually he wasn't. Like if I had survived like a little bit longer, I would have been able to fatigue him out because I was most definitely fat decking it. Like you can tell. Look at my stack on the bottom right, and then look at his. Look at the card difference.
Yeah, I guess in this case, bro, you probably should have just went for the meat axe
Yeah, the
most of
meat
the
axe
time.
play would have. And I was talking to him about this after the match. I should have just meat axed it out.
But yeah, because he just lost the shield there. And I'm assuming you're gonna pop this, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I don't know if he neg ones my pop. Wait, do I have a? Yeah, there it is. There it is. I think
OD
yeah.
blinding beam or
I
something.
think yeah. I think yeah. That's it. There it is. Yep. There it is.
Hmm.
Feels bad, bro.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good play. So, like, draft is the only place you'll ever fucking see that card. Um,
Yeah, he's also really experienced. He was constantly checking my graveyard to see what's in it. Um, while balancing his circus act out. So I was honestly impressed. Like, tip of the cap to him. I think I popped my hooves here to get the Writhing Beast Soul Meanax playoff. Which I was scared because I'm pretty sure I think he ate most of this.
Yeah, I wonder if it would have been safer just to meat axe into him on this play.
Probably. Like I said, I really overextended early
Because you're
on.
almost forced into trying to fatigue him. You know?
Yeah. Just keep stripping cards from his hand so he continuously draws. It makes sense. Like the fatigue strat would have worked had I not gotten overzealous and whiffed on blood debt, because you're gonna see it here eventually. I'm gonna go for some redonkulous play, and somehow, like, even though I've been putting a lot of sixes in the graveyard, somehow it whiffs, and I'm just like, bro, why?
You couldn't have ebb and folded, or did you use this ebb and fold beforehand?
I used it at the end of the game to save me, but before then, no. Like, because I had no cards in hand. I think when I did this, it was a 2-card hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I used Spew Shadow to get a Beast Hulk out so I could keep hitting him with Dominate so I get rid of the shields.
Got that popper on deck. Come on.
Did I have it here? No, I didn't have it here.
Damn.
Just all the unluckiness, you know?
The one turn you needed that shit, man. Like that. Yeah, having a popper there probably would have saved your ass, dude. You know?
Yeah.
Like
The odds of him. Yeah, this is the whiff, bro. This is it. I was like, Endless Maw will save me. Nope.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed the game-ending play.
Look, four cards in graveyard. 3 misses, 1 hit. He draws the 3 misses.
So glad they fixed this. Like, yeah, he knows he's got tempo at this point. So.
Yeah, he's like, oh, you're about to take however much blood debt, it's like 7. Ah, dude, I'm completely fine. You're never gonna be able to financially recover from this.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Ugh. Yeah, man, because if that came in for 9, that'd have been his whole hand.
Yeah. And like,
And he'd probably lost the shield.
In retrospect, we were talking about this after the game. He was like, yeah, you could have gone with the Meanax thing, but your entire game otherwise revolved on that Endless Maw. Like, if it hits, like, you probably win the game.
Yeah. It's hard, man. Levia's strong, but you gotta really know, like, you gotta keep track of a lot of things, believe it or not. Like what you're blocking with, like when you're pitching stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Which is the fact that I started out on this hero is something else.
Yeah.
I didn't choose the.
And I mean, and we play against each other a lot, so we're pretty familiar. Like, you know what you're doing here.
Yeah.
So it's literally just unfortunate.
It's so tragic because I've literally, like, I even after the whiff, I'm still able to swing damage. It's just not enough at this point. He's got 3 spectral shields, bro. Like, it's GG's.
Yeah, it's hard because you'll block with 3 cards and then not have anything to do.
Yeah, then I'll just die. God, so upset. Oh no, I had the convulsions.
Too little, too late.
Just not to die. Just. He gets me on the next turn though. I'm pretty sure I drew into a bunch of non-blocks and he pings me 3 times. Let me see if do I put the hand down on the table? I think I do.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's got you there.
Look at all that non-block, bro.
Just prism things, bro.
Oh,
Like,
bro.
all right, we'll stop here and we'll move on to the next one.
Yeah. Spent a little bit too much time on it.
All right, and this was the game 2, right?
Yeah, this was
So
game 2. So game 3.
Now we're moving on to the next day.
Yeah, the next day, because game 3 was against Nick, and he respectfully asked not to be recorded. So. Oh, dude, dude, thank God we learned from the first day, bro. Look at how much better this looks.
Yeah.
Look at how much...
Top Dog was a much better day.
Oh, dude, you can put this on times 2, because obviously it's just us drafting. But
it is times 2. It is times 2.
But yeah, you'll see, like you can see, like, what you're picking in your hand somewhat.
Yeah, this video is an hour. We're going to definitely be skipping parts of this.
Yeah. Like, I think that if you probably go 30 minutes in, like, just when the game will start. But you can just... I wanted some of the draft day aesthetic for day 2, you know.
Well, we'll stay here a moment, and we'll see if we can move on to how we're drafting here. Because I do want to cover some things.
Yeah. Because, like, we can see your hand and what you're picking. If I hadn't been a goober and I'd put my hands on the table, like, further in, you would have seen what I was picking as well. But this is so cool. I just love
so it. With me, I knew kind of right off the bat. Like, I opened my first hand, you know, I was like, man, there's a lot of Chane cards in this pack. And normally when I draft, I don't commit right away. I like to pick a talent in this particular set. I like to pick a talent and then stick with both sides of that talent, just so, because I know, like, there's light cards, there's light illusionist, there's light warrior, like, so I can kind of get an idea of what everybody's doing. Like, everybody was pretty mouthy in this pod, so it was like it was pretty obvious what everybody picked right off the bat.
Well, I mean, you knew I was going Levia right off the rip.
Yeah, that's why I handed you that card right away. I was like, well, let's not play around.
Let's just go ahead and take off the mask.
This is for you.
We know. But because the guy next to me, I thought he was hate drafting me or going Levia, so I was just sitting there like, so you've chosen death, like. But it turns out he was on Bolton somehow, so apparently I'm just not good at reading people. But continue, sorry.
Well, when they started, remember, he was saying that he had like 12 shadow cards, so he probably did start with Levia.
Yeah.
And then probably saw what I saw. There was a lot of Bolton cards being passed around. And there was also a lot of Chane cards being passed around. And I tested that a few times by letting a couple Seeds of Agonies go, even though that should have immediately been the card that I had drafted, just to see. And then it would come back to me and the same seeds would be there. And I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, Chane it is, sir.
It's all coming together.
And the best part is, like, it didn't happen here, but, like, Chane cards would end with me. So it was very obvious that was the route I should take. And I mean, it paid off, obviously, but, like, it was fun, like, watching.
That being said,
I think that's some of the fun of draft.
I do think it needs to be noted that at Top Dog, I think we only had 2 pods of 5, so it did make for a weird drafting experience because we all had 4 packs. So
yeah, but I think out of the 4 packs, I only got 3 cards that were not Chane related.
Yeah, after the first pack, which didn't really have anything Levia, and that was mainly because that guy was, taking a lot of that stuff that was to the left of me, most likely. After that, it was just nothing but Levia. Like, the amount of comments, like, of coming from you of, you're welcome, I really want to hate draft this. If I had taken a shot every time you'd said that, I would have been nice and inebriated, so.
Yeah, because I'm looking through some of these, like this one right here, for instance. Like, I'm looking at an ebb and fold, and I'm like, geez.
Just
Do I
give me
really want to? Like, that's what's taking so long, is that, like, I'm like, do I really want to give him this?
I mean, I guess
Like,
you could have ran it, like
I did take it there. And that was actually one of the packs that I experimented on with the chain cards,
Yeah.
because there was a really good one in there. And I did end up getting it.
Frank K, where you at, man? We need you to start plastering your face on all his chain
Yeah, right.
cards.
Come on down to Augusta, bro. You're a celebrity down here.
Ah, dude, look at those lunar tide plungers in that hand, bro.
Yep,
Oh.
took one there. I was like, I need a popper of some kind. And this is the only one that makes sense.
But you kept it pretty well matched, though, I gotta say, because, like, you passed those seeds on. I had no idea you were running Chane the entire time. Like,
Yep.
there was no way of knowing.
Which is funny, because I tend to fiddle with my equipment a lot, because I want to make sure that I try and get a full suite.
Yeah, I actually got more
I gotta
equipment
say,
this
man,
year.
Time Skippers is low-key underrated in this draft set.
Yeah, because
Like
what,
it,
it gives you 2 action points? 3?
yeah. And bro, it saved my ass a few times
Yeah.
in this. Like, being able to play some cards out of your banish zone, like extra ones that you weren't originally able to play, so good.
Yeah, that just goes to show you how weird this draft was in the beginning, because you were waiting on me. Like, I had a clump of cards just sitting there waiting on me, and like, because the generics were so weird, like, I just didn't know what to do with them. I was like, bro, this is pretty ass. Like, honestly, it's pretty. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I remember you just gave me the meat eggs. So I'm like, oh, thank you. I ain't got to hunt for it.
Hey man, I had to look out for you. Oh yeah. And this is me explaining my hate draft. And I think that threw you off too. Um, Me being like, yeah, I think I'm gonna hate draft this only because I know that you don't want it. But there was also a Seeds of Agony in that pack.
Uh-huh.
That's what was making it difficult for me to
Hate draft.
decide. Yeah, because I was like, man, this Hell from Beyond. And it did end up winning me the game, the
Right,
whole
right.
thing. And you'll see it in here. Like, oh no, yeah, because I wasn't on camera for that one. Triple Seeds into Bounding Demagogue. Or no, I think it was Ripped from Reality.
No, you pick up the tome
And
right here. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you get the tome right here. Yeah.
yeah, a good card.
Yeah, I mean, you use it against us in Clegane Bowl, so
Yeah.
I'm always gonna call it that. By the way, I just for some reason the term Clegane Bowl fascinates me. So.
Heavy Hitter Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically the same thing. Yeah, man. Like, all the chain cards, bro. All the chain cards.
Yeah, I mean, especially after the first pack, like me and you pretty much had free reign on both of our champ picks after that.
Yeah. For me, it was a matter of seeing what you, I pretty much guessed what your whole deck consisted of by then.
I mean, do you really have to guess? It's gonna be a bunch of sixes.
Well, I'm saying, like, your deck contents. Like, obviously knew it was, Levia,
Yeah.
but I'm saying, like, what threats were in your deck?
Yeah, compared to day 2, compared to day 1, I didn't feel like this deck really had that many more threats. But then again, I had the weird play lines of I had Zealous Beltings in here, bro, that just randomly went off game 1 against that poor
I had one in
depression
mind
player.
too. I had the blue ones, which turned out actually to be pretty decent.
Yeah, I was running blues and yellows, but it was weird because I was doing them, and like the hand I'm talking about, I was able to go like 4 wide because of Zealous Belting, Zealous Belting into Zealous Belting into go again attack
Yeah, Vix
6
and
into meat
Malice.
axe, and just like disgusting.
All right, we're gonna move on some.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The drafting was done.
I mean, we pretty much talked through the draft already, so I don't think there's really much to hit on here.
Yeah. Okay. So showed you everything that I got here real quick. As I said, pretty much like everything Chane. Like 3 cards were not Chane related. Got a full suite armor. That Aether Ironweave, fantastic. Chef's Kiss. And the Stubby Hammers, thank you. Whoever gave me that, I forgot who.
I don't think it was me. I think I would have picked that up.
No, I'm pretty sure you would have. I'm pretty sure you would have hate drafted that. Is this? Okay, this is the shuffling. Where's the game? Okay, so Iris Prism was your first.
Oh yeah, you want to rewind it a little bit.
There we go.
Yeah, so.
And went over pretty quick, so I mean.
Yeah, I mean it's tragic because like this guy didn't come up for air or speak until it was too late.
Yeah, and I was standing right there.
He did. He was.
Could have said something.
He was a new prison player, so I felt like I was bullying a little bit afterwards. I was like, "Oh, bro, I feel terrible now," because this guy was just eating all this, which isn't unheard of for a prison player. But
yeah, that's why it took so long. Is because we're like, oh, he's probably waiting. Like I'm sitting here watching this guy with a prismatic shield in his hand, not doing anything with it, and I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, why aren't you playing this card?
Come
like
on,
you blocked. Play it right now.
Yeah, and I blocked with hooves and everything, like just not getting punished for early blocking with armor. Unworldly, give it +4. Right? I think it's +4. There's no blood debt in that, thankfully, so just put that in the pile.
Yeah, so I will say that this entire pre-release it was a little awkward. Having a supplemental set with a pre-release is kind of weird right now. I personally don't mind Monarch Draft, but I mean Reddit is always doom and gloom, but
well, the only thing about Monarch Draft, and we've hit on this many times, is the lack of arcane barrier in the set.
Yeah, and actually the last game you'll definitely see why.
Yeah,
Chane is just Chane's so gross.
When you get the cards you
hand.
need, especially when you just get the nut end of Seeds of Agony.
Seeds of Agony is awful.
Yeah, like we wonder why that card was banned. Like this was before my time,
obviously.
During yours.
No, it was this game. It's the next game. I play the same Prism, and in between this match and the next one, not knowing that he was going to be playing me, I kind of walked him through some simple play lines and stuff. Like you're playing Iris, so you need to prioritize getting a shield out so you can use it, etc., etc. Like you not sitting on your prismatic shield for fucking 3 turns. That's probably not a good idea either. Like in this case right here, he arsenaled a pump and it stayed there the whole game. So it was just little stuff like, hey, Prism is a very difficult hero to play, and you get punished very hard for making mistakes.
Yeah, she's definitely a hero that has to play tight. She's not very forgiving.
Yeah. You gotta really understand like how to tempo and like when and when not to block, and how to prioritize instant speed things. And Iris is just it was not a good weapon to introduce. Like the reality fractor, I think it's called, in this new set, where like I think I have it right over here actually. It says illusionist auras you control are weapons with 5 base attack, and once per turn action pay 2 and attack. It doesn't have go again.
Iris, what was this one? Sorry.
This is reality refractor. It's the one that just came out in this set. It's basically like a worse Iris, but I think this would have been a better card than Iris of Reality to introduce. because it did play off the yellow theme because it only costs 2 to do it and
Right.
swing for 5. But you don't have to worry about the go again. You don't have to worry about, like, especially in a draft environment like that, like Iris is definitely a card you have to build around, and you didn't get that kind of build around in draft. You just don't. And so I don't know. It's a weird card. But I mean, I guess Prism's a weird hero, so.
Well, yeah, if you're running that one, like especially in New Prism, like really what it turns into is you herald first. If they pop Phantasm, you do Phantasmal Footsteps to, get an action point back, and then you would do your Iris. So.
Yeah. Well, the Iris of Reality is all built around you build it like it's very quintessential Prism. Just put a bunch of auras down, and then now you can spend your whole hand animating them and swinging for a break point. So like it forces the opponent to prioritize them because they're weapons. Kind of like Luminaris, but just like on a more grand scale, I guess, or a more polarizing scale. Like Luminaris is good because it's split. Like you can go aggro heralds or you can go auras, and the same card accommodates you. That's why it's strong. Is because like it allows you to diversify off of one card. So, and then of course Footsteps makes it so Phantasm doesn't really matter. So.
Yeah, this poor guy.
But you can watch the game and see that like he's kind of new to this whole thing.
Yeah, you turn up the sound, you can hear the Lord going, "Look, the Squire's bullying people."
Well, you can make spectral shields with her, right? Yeah. So then you can swing your spectral shields with Iris.
That's why this is important, because it puts a card in your soul.
Let's see if I can find it.
What happened to my... There it is. Here, one floating. We're going to play this game.
Look at me sweating so hard.
Oh no.
Yeah, well, we hit one. The only option is to... we were going in.
Turn 1, you need to do that.
Good to know.
Good to know.
And it's an instant, so you can do it on his turn.
Poor guy.
Because unfortunately with Iris, you have to have shields. Unless you have auras in your...
You still there, man?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to.
And the only other way you can make spectral shields.
I'm trying to get
so then
the
you
announcement to
swing
everyone.
spectral shields with Iris.
That's why this is important. Going for it, because it puts a card in your soul.
That makes a lot of sense.
Are you talking about
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. If you had questions,
live
like, you
stream?
could have asked. My bad.
Yeah, see, this is the part.
Over here towards the end.
Yeah.
I figured I'd ask at the end there.
I feel kind of like a douchebag now.
Cool. Good to know.
This is not her optimal weapon. That one is.
Yeah, my bad, man. I didn't know. I thought you were just coming up now.
We got the Squire picking on new people over here. Got it live on camera.
Good times at Richmond High. Good times.
Got to rib on you a little bit.
Yeah, you know.
All right, let's move on to this next one.
It's okay. When I got into the game, I learned by fire, so I feel bad, but not really.
Hey man, you asked for the gauntlet. You got the gauntlet.
So I think in like the grand scheme of things, this is probably the most exciting game all day. This is playing against Michael, Express TCG shop owner. He came out to support Top Dog's Dusk Till Dawn pre-release event. He really played well. There's a couple of mistakes here that will be highlighted throughout the game. I'll just let it play out and let's see if you catch them. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, this is also the game where the guy you just played in Prism,
Yeah.
I played against him with Chane, and he was doing a whole lot better. Like, definitely prioritizing the shields, and the shields were coming in clutch and stopping my arcane damage from
Yeah.
really going hard. But I did end the game with a triple seeds,
Disgusting.
Rip from Reality into a Howl from Beyond into a Rift Bind. So it's hard to come back from that. Like, probably like 15-point turn spread across arcane and physical damage.
Yeah, my lord, we're supposed to be for the people. We're not supposed to Agent Orange the people.
Hey man, they gotta make him respect,
So basically, they can love me or fear me. It's their choice.
Works for me either way. I needed to show him that I knew what the hell I was talking about. So
I just like when you were when we were going through the Kano trials, you were giving them the answers to the test, kicking your feet on the ground, like Oasis Respite, Oasis Respite.
yeah, and everybody wants to argue with me, saying it's not consistent. I was like, you know what else isn't consistent? You being dead. Like, because that's exactly what's about to happen. As I like turn one them into like 40 arcane damage.
At the end of this, we should do a small segment covering the bliss changes too. I feel like that's a huge thing. We can like just kind of cherry on top.
Yeah,
of
I'll
it.
have to go in and search up the article, but yeah.
Yeah. I think this game actually started out pretty like you could tell he was more versed. He had either played more Bolton or just drafted better than the guy the previous day. No offense to that guy, he played it really well. Because he was playing
Yeah.
really tight. Like one thing about Michael,
Well,
is
he
not,
was the only one that went Bolton, right?
yeah, in our pod, yeah, only one that
Yeah,
went
so
Bolton.
and he was telling me he had like 10 take flights in his deck. So like
Yeah, he got the
it's hard
good
to
draft.
justify
Oh, you have to banish the top.
having go again on every attack almost.
Because you could tell when he didn't have it because he would just block out and he'd be like, "Well, we'll try again next turn." Like,
So we'll do
Yeah, unfortunately,
Deadwood Lumber for
blocking you out till you
I
hit
roll
blood
a
dead
card,
is
start a random one.
a viable strategy
it is a
versus
way.
do right now.
6 or greater, I banish a card from the graveyard.
Yeah, it was fun watching this game. It felt really close the whole time.
Yeah, it was probably like no offense, our game was pretty good, but like when you know you're dead
Yeah, this
against
one was
Chane, you
fun.
know you're dead against Chane.
Yeah, especially when you
Banish yours.
don't have any arcane barrier.
Oh, pro Levia moves. If you don't want to put anything in your blood debt and you have to banish one because of Deadwood, oops, sorry, because of Deadwood, just banish their graveyard. Just banish their-
Man, always blocking early with the armor, man.
Oh, dude, your equipment neg one's looking crisp right now.
Yeah, shout out to Fab Metal Tokens. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Best. I think it was like $13 at the Battle Hardened for
Yeah,
that. Those two of those and a resource counter.
I was
Bro,
I was
best
looking.
money I ever spent.
Yeah, I was looking online and just to see if we could get the dominate token, the go again token, see if they had like the little power metal things like indicating what the attack is coming in for. Like I know they have
Yeah.
those type of dice, and I feel I'll be making an order here soon from them, especially for these kind of
Yeah.
streams.
And then we will meet at
I like how clear and easy to read they are.
3.
When in doubt, meat axe it out. Like this really doesn't.
Gotta fill that graveyard, bro.
But this is only coming in for 3 because I think I milled a Spew Shadow. So tragic, but still whatever. That's one less non-6 I'm drawing into. I'm about to say, this is going to take a minute. You might want to put it on ×2. Just so we're not sitting here. if there's any like key points, we can hit the stop button.
Yeah, this is good. It's 2 players that know what they're doing.
Yeah. He ended up taking that 3. I mean, it's 3, big deal, right? So. Now, is this the
Yeah, I
turn
wish he
where?
didn't block with his armor.
Yeah. Michael, if you're watching this, stop blocking with your armor early, bud.
Yeah, right?
He
It looks like you have a lot there, but I promise you that would have saved your ass later in this game.
It would have, because it was literally 1-to-1. Yeah, I think does he take a whole turn off here? He was setting up for a big play one of these turns, and his misplay was it wasn't this turn. Maybe it's the next turn. Ah,
Did he
God.
draw a card from when he put a card in soul?
He did. Is he supposed to do that?
He is supposed to do that. If it's a
Okay.
light card and it goes in your soul, you draw a card.
Yeah. So he did.
But it
He
doesn't
did.
look like he did.
Yeah. No, he drew into it. If you want to go back, you can literally see him draw the card. I watched him do it.
Oh, okay. No, I believe you. I missed that, I guess. Oh yeah, because he charged twice. I'm dumb.
Yep. So, well, he's gonna. Like, I end up blocking here. Just keep waiting. We got time, but it's he ends up taking a turn off here because he has a way to give something dominate to ensure it hits, but then he makes a blunder and blocks with his entire hand, including the thing.
Yeah, I
He
remember him
needed
talking
to,
about this.
yeah. He just wanted me to spotlight it just so people didn't think he was an ape, which he's not. We all make mistakes. Yeah, like just blocking out.
Why? I mean, Levia doesn't really have many on hits, but I'm just like, bruh, why are you blocking with your equipment like this?
I really hope he is. I really hope he is watching. Stop blocking with your equipment, Michael.
Stop blocking with your equipment.
It'll save you.
Oh, did he pop gallantry? I'm
No,
assuming
no. He didn't pop it. No.
he had to have.
What? How so?
How? Oh, because he wouldn't have been able to get go again on this axe because it didn't have a counter on it.
Okay, maybe he did.
Yep, he did.
There it goes. Yeah, good call. Did we already miss the blunder?
I think if it's not this play, it was the other one. So yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, it must have been because he doesn't have it in that hand. Yeah, because it's the card in his arsenal.
Yeah. And he blocks with everything.
So
it is
this play. It is this play.
He blocks with everything.
Yeah.
This is it.
Yeah, you see, because he even counts it out. Poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy. Sorry, Michael. We're definitely having a laugh at your expense.
He's counting it out and then ends up blocking with most of his hand. Oh no.
Just what's that music? Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no. Wait.
Oh no, maybe it wasn't this
maybe
hand.
it wasn't this one. Look at us. We're the fools here. What am I talking about?
Yeah. No, it's definitely one of these soon because the card in his arsenal is the one he's talking about.
Yeah, because he did take flight. That's gonna have go again.
Oh no, maybe not. Oh, shows how much I know.
Yeah, joke's on us.
Yeah, we're over here trolling. Well, it does happen in this game, y'all. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. He was getting upset constantly because he was looking for that +1 from Bolton, and I kept blocking with non-attack actions.
That's how take flights to glisten and.
That's how you know I've played the Lord's Bolton more than once.
Yeah.
hatchet.
I'm guessing he put 2 counters on this one. That checks out, actually, because this will come in for the same amount.
Yeah. Thank God I drafted that chess piece, yo.
See, that's how you block with armor, ladies and gentlemen.
Spotlight on success. Ghostly visit for 3. Really murking him out here.
I also want to point out how he does not have sleeves on his cards.
Yeah, degenerate.
And there's a soul shield in his hand right now.
Ah, that's who you go get your soul shields from.
Yeah. No, I traded for this one in his hand, actually.
Yeah.
Should have got a damaged rate.
And maybe it was for 4. It just makes him mad, bro, because I'm able to just... I have so many non-attack actions. I just keep blocking with him. He's getting no chip value.
Yeah, that one of my big gripes about
I popped the ebb
Bolton.
and fold here not to take blood debt damage. Yep. And to draw a card, just to see what I can draw into. And it turns out to be a Zealous, so it worked out. Yeah, you're gonna soul shield that, of course you are.
Soul shield that.
And then meat axe. Think it's for 5? Give me a hand, son.
Homie, why did you soul shield that?
It's okay. That being said, he's a Dromai and he was getting into New Prism, so I don't think he's like the most versed in Bolton.
Yeah.
And
He did say he wanted to try Bolton though.
Yeah, I think he's going to. Because New Prism's really not his playstyle. He doesn't like the fatigue playstyle.
Bolton's the hero I started with, so
yeah,
got a special place in my heart.
Oh, and see, not using my equipment early, I've still got hooves. I think I might use it on this play.
What's up, boy?
Yep, there's a 6 in there. Pop them hooves. Do it.
Get it, boy. Thank you.
We take that. That's 100% value right there.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you save your equipment.
The meat axe play with an action point coming in 5. Because he's down to 1 card. He's just going to keep swinging an axe, and I am literally going to win this game off of 3-card hands. Because he doesn't get the +1 because he hasn't charged.
Yeah.
The Screamer! But you'll see, like the final round, I literally gambled on a pulping to get go again dominate, and it was really 50-50. And there was 2 cards in hand. One of them was not a 6, so if he had picked that, it was just game over. But we do be gambling, dude. The meat X value in this game was insanity.
Yeah, you're really schooling him on this towards the end here. Tempo is totally in your hands.
Yeah. He's only got 1 card hands, so you just... Yep, the Marauder. Does he get 2 card hand right here? I don't remember. He has to because I have no way of giving this go again. And either that, and he draws into... Unless he draws into all reds. That's literally the only way.
Oh, you got it.
Oh yeah, there's so many 6s in that graveyard, bro. So many 6s.
Yeah, I think your graveyard's bigger than the deck actually at this point.
Yeah. The mean X value, I've swung on with mean X almost every turn. It's an additional card in graveyard every turn. Along with what I'm swinging. Look at him thinking it through, bending them cards.
Yeah, because he has a card that can't block in his hand.
Yeah. I forget. Does he have go again on this one? I forget what he played up to the left.
He can. Glisten puts a counter on it.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, because I don't remember how long I sit there and think about this one. Because I think I've only got attack actions in my hand. Oof. Playing it close.
Yeah, I think you got it here though.
Yeah, this is the pulping play.
Yeah.
Let's see if you can see what I draw into. That's definitely. There's definitely the bottom one under the top card is definitely not a 6.
Yeah, this one is not a 6.
And he picked the 6, and I was like, hallelujah, praise Jesus.
Yeah, that's game right there.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, this is why you save your equipment.
But it was a pretty good game. Like, literally, like, the tightest, closest game, like, came down to chance at the end. Otherwise, I just lose.
Ugh, good game.
Good game. All right.
All right.
On to Cocaine Bowl.
On to the real one.
Yeah, like, going
14
into
minutes.
this, I didn't think there was,
I'd be impressed if you got the reference.
I didn't know how the match was going to go. I don't have much Chane experience versus you really know what he's doing.
Well, as I'm explaining to you here that you're about to take a crap load of arcane damage.
Well, I had accepted that. Which I think I played this
And with
right.
with only a Evan Fold to save you.
Which I think did I get the maximum block value out of it?
You did. Yeah, because I think you blocked my Vexing Malice, which did 2 at you.
Yeah, it would have been 2. Yeah.
So I will say towards the end here, I think I did misplay a little bit with Seeds. I'll point it out when I see it, but it really made no difference because the following turn I also Seeds.
I think I chose to go first here, didn't I? Just to try and push damage because I knew I was going to have to. Yeah, Rumbler, turn 1 pretty good.
Checks out. Saved by the ghostly visit.
Wait.
Yeah, because you take 1 here, I think.
No, because I think I misplayed here because the Rumbler is supposed to go in. Isn't it supposed to go in graveyard? I discard the 6 to the. I might have just killed myself, bro. Just now looking back on this. Because if you discard a 6, banish a card from a graveyard.
You didn't. I don't think you discarded a 6 though.
Yeah, it was the ghostly visit. Oh man, I killed myself, bro. I take 2 damage from this thing.
Yeah, see, there's the Zealous Spell thing I was talking about earlier. It's pretty solid in this deck.
It's solid in both these decks, apparently.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, I'm heated now at myself, bro. Look, we're talking about blunders. Look what I just did. I killed myself. 2 damage. Sorry, I'll pipe down.
It's okay, man. We're all upset about our blunders here. It's hard watching yourself play.
No, I figured because I looked down, I was like, wait, that's a deadwood. Why did I put that in the banish?
Yeah, it's so easy to see mistakes that you've made now that you're actually watching yourself play.
And that being said, I had no sleep because I work nights, so I came in this day
Yeah,
and like I was exhausted. So making a mistake like that is pretty pretty easy to do when you're delirious, which at this point we were. Yeah, what does this zealous play turn
move
into? I
this up a
forget.
little bit.
What does this zealous play turn into? Oh, you pop ebb and fold. Yeah, yeah. Do draw a card. Yeah, yeah.
I probably made a mistake here.
Yeah, using the equipment early, man. Giving people that
No,
shit.
this did let me go pretty wide on you though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think we both understood the assignment coming in.
Yeah, I knew I had to pressure cards out of you, so. And getting that Dread Screamer was definitely a win on my end. But looking back, I probably should have saved my Ebb and Fold for later, but
I mean, you never
it didn't
know if
feel like an awful play. I
yeah,
was trying to get Soul Shackles out, so
if you don't pressure my hand right there, you have no idea what could be coming. So,
yeah.
and now I'm
And
swinging
it
at you
paid
with
off because you only could do the Ghostly Visit, so.
that should have never been there in the first place. But
And bro, let me tell you about these unfortunate ass Soul Shackles that I was getting.
all right, all right.
Like, here's the one where you have to use your Ebb and Fold, I think.
Yeah, yeah. This vexing mouse. I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna get a better opportunity. This is too arcane.
Yeah.
We're sitting here shit talking using equipment early by Michael, and we're just sitting here like turn 2 and 3, just letting it rip.
Yeah. Well, I think between Halo and Ebb and Fold, I think everybody kind of understands like the purpose of the card.
Yeah.
Like it's not a blocking piece of equipment really.
All right, four
It's something
card.
to help you gain advantage.
Yeah, 4 card grip, one in arsenal. What do I do with it? Forget.
I think you do swing pretty hard at me.
Do I pop the hooves here? Do I just send it into oblivion? Seems like a check play, because I've still got so much in hand I can use.
Yeah. I luckily it got to the point with Chane where I only needed to keep like a card to pay for stuff in my
Yeah.
hand. So
Yeah, into the growl. Dude, economy right there. Off one pitch card. Swinging for 11 minimum. Pretty good.
good old Writ from Reality.
Oh, dude,
That Tome of Torment,
Oh my
baby,
god,
coming in
dude.
clutch. I think I take a play back here actually,
Yeah.
because like managing stuff is difficult. Yeah, see, I'm about to take this back because it was not how I intended. Oh no,
Maybe it's the next play?
no, I take one blood debt here because I knew I would be able to gain something out of this next hand.
The Screamer. Do I whiff? Please don't tell me I whiff. I'm having to relive the trauma.
I don't think you do.
Nah, there it is, there it is. Oh yeah, hit them all. Yeah, you hit them all. Legit hit them all.
Yeah, I think this screws you in the next part though, doesn't it?
No, there's still 6 in there. I just saw the deadwood in there.
The old woot.
Like I said, man, the
I think
generics
this
were
is the
weird.
part where I risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I can output more than what he's about
I
to
think
do to
I
me.
think I just eat it and swing.
Yeah, I think this is the Stubby's play too.
Yeah. Yeah, you did use the stubbies this game. That's right. God, it hurts so much.
Fucking Dimensional Gateway, bro.
Yeah, bro, you really got like everything you could ever want in this draft. Like looking back on this, it's crazy, man.
Yeah, I had like a fully playable Chane deck.
Yuck! Look at the seeds.
Okay, so here is the part where I say I made a mistake.
Uh-huh.
Seeds, that particular seeds, needs to be one or less. The one in my hand was the one that I needed to play.
Yeah.
The reason I say it doesn't matter is because the next turn I play a one or less card. So it was just a matter of ordering it out correctly.
And it still doesn't go terrible for you.
No, I still, I mean, obviously got it here. So.
Oh, that was my. I should have blocked that. I should have blocked that, bro.
Yeah.
God.
Cloud Galaxy Black isn't exactly the best weapon. It's still pretty damn good.
I mean, isn't it banned?
It's no Rosetta Thorn, but it'll do.
What was this? No, his signature weapon got banned. Never mind. I'm pretty sure. Is it Galaxy Black? I don't remember. Yeah, dude, you're just at a point where you can block 3 and just be chilling. Or you block 2 here. You have 2 in hand.
2 in a piece of equipment.
Oh, bro, I would have killed for some hooves right here. Don't use your equipment early, folks. Don't.
Bro, that fucking soldier. Man, don't get me started. I was like, are you serious right now? Like.
Yeah, the seeds into the Arcanic Crackle. But we had a royalty card gaming final. It was pretty cool. Like we
Yeah,
about
so
this
if I
a
had
lot.
just switched those 2 seeds, like it would have been the same. So, because that seeds was what was left in my hand.
Yeah.
I just used the wrong one.
Very nice. Well, all in all, I thought we made out pretty good that day. So.
Yeah. Let's go over here and talk about this real quick.
Yeah, the blitz. It was really cool to finally, get some in-store gameplay.
TCG.
Before we move on, it should be noted that shout out to Express TCG, Michael Matt, and Top Dog Comics, Luis. We really appreciate you guys and everything you do, and really putting on the events, because without y'all, like, this group doesn't function at all. So to anybody who's watching this, down in the link below is the link to their websites. Go check it out, buy some singles, buy some bulk from them, like, support them like they support us, like, truly, like, we really appreciate you guys.
They have been super accommodating. We have Flesh and Blood almost every day of the week now.
I know, it's crazy. Like,
thanks
we
to
went
these
from
stores. So they've been really jumping in, and as you saw, one of the matchups we had here, like, they play.
Yeah.
So it isn't like they're missing out on anything, and they don't understand. Like, they're literally in there with us, so they know.
And they put in the work, because they went from, like, not having, like, being able to support, like, big events like skirmishes and stuff like that, to now both stores now have skirmishes.
Yep.
So
we're hosting 2 skirmishes in our area. So, like, it went from nothing to, like, we're popping now. So big shout out to our community, our all of our card shops in the area, like they've all been super accommodating. Like Cody was saying, like it it's been a wild ride to be a part of, and so happy that it's gotten to where it is. So, all right, let's talk about this change up in Blitz,
Blitz
man.
and why it's making
Something I
Kano
never thought I'd
broken.
see. Yep. As your resident Kano player, I cannot be more distraught by these changes.
Distraught, you mean happy?
Nah, I don't think I'm happy about them having Oasis for Spites in their arsenal. I mean, I do have my own spice. I went over it with you.
Yeah.
I'm not playing my hand yet,
Yeah?
but let's just say we got a little something for them too. So
Yeah, so you get a 52 slots, 11 sideboard, and that doesn't count the hero card anymore. So it's super cool, like that, like because for some
yeah,
reason CC they don't count the hero card towards your inventory, but like in Blitz they do. It just was a discrepancy for the longest time that didn't make any sense. So the fact that LSS has come back and said, hey, let's let's change this up a bit. Like Blitz, like is popular in a lot of the stores in the casual scene, and they're pivoting from no Arsenal to Arsenal because let's be real, if you've played in any Blitz event and you've played up against like your Bravos, like anything that like has like dominate like giant attack, like it feels bad. So this at least lets you sideboard in more of that and
yeah,
like
it makes it a whole lot less polarizing.
right.
Your matchups, like historically, Blitz is just like aggro rules, you know, because the slower decks have to build around surviving aggro that they can't flush their own techniques out. Like you can't sideboard in stuff. So like it isn't like I can tailor my matchups,
Right.
right? That was a big problem I had personally with Blitz. Is like I always like playing the heroes that kind of set up. I say that as a Kano player, but
Turn two. All right. Pop the
yeah,
ragamuffins. Pop
it.
the.
But I wasn't always on that copium. Like I really enjoyed playing like Prism and Blitz and like Dromai and Bolton and like just heroes that I resonate with. Um, but I had to. I mean, don't get me wrong. I really like Kano. He's a lot of fun. Like I spent that 2 minute match that we're in. I spend more brain power on that than I do on the matches
Right.
that go
Right.
dirty.
Like even though those
Um,
matches are over fairly quickly, like the last skirmish we went to, like you were exhausted at the end of it, because like yeah, it's only a couple turns here, a couple turns there, but those turns can
yeah.
take a minute. Like
And then especially if they know you're coming and like we'll take this last skirmish. Like I lost to a Dorinthia because it was literally like all arcane barrier and all he had to do was just swing Dawnblade every turn. You
yeah,
know what I mean? Like and then keep his whole hand. And I had to figure out I mean I almost won, but I flipped into a card that didn't do arcane damage on a turn that I spent all the whole turn setting up to do arcane damage.
right.
And then I flip into a fucking Tome of Fiendal with no resources. And I'm like, bruh, like it can't end like this.
I mean that
It
Dory
did
deck.
end like that, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, the Dory deck you're talking about though was really weird because it ran a abnormal amount of blues, like an abnormal amount.
Yeah, no, it was literally like I can beat wizards with this. Like that's what it felt like. Like uh, and his matchup spread just turned out to be like pretty warrior favored.
Yeah,
So he definitely anticipated a
wizard.
Kano being
Yeah,
there.
no.
Anyway, so going back to what we were saying, like Now everybody can be like that.
But yeah, no, like
Kind of free of charge, right? Like,
with the inventory now, I'll tell you, like our channel, we were hitting on the Riptide there for a while. I think he really likes this because now I don't have to sweat and fret about what goes into the 40. I can literally sideboard for different types of matchups, specialize,
mhm.
pick which traps I want, and even though I don't think he's really good in CC anymore, I definitely feel like even with the well, you still get bullseyes and blitz, funny enough, even though that doesn't make any sense. Um,
Well, we go and do a whole video about that, so we're gonna let that not beat a dead horse here, but that that ban was bullshit.
yeah,
But um,
yeah. Ella says we love you, but also, why not just get rid of the?
Lexi's not the only ranger in the format.
why not?
So
Why not get rid of Voltaire or Three of a Kind? Like, it doesn't have to be both, just one. Like,
I know all the Lexi players are out there like, what? Like frothing at the mouth.
yeah, they're
But
like they thought bullseyes was where the power's
not
at.
my Voltaire. But I do. I understood where they're coming from. I just think there was a better card to pick, honestly.
There
Like,
was. It was one of the two I just named. Like,
yeah. I mean, even other cards. Like,
I mean, I guess you could
there's
ban the Rain
there's so many
Razors.
to choose from.
Yeah, you could ban the
Um,
Rain Razors. Like, that's another
no,
one.
you pick a card that affects every other ranger as well. Like, come on, man.
No.
Um,
Maybe you're right. Maybe because I guess Riptide doesn't need New Horizons to function, so maybe you just hit the New Horizons.
I don't know. Anyway, like I said, my 2 cents.
yeah, yeah.
Going back to where we were, like, for those of you who aren't like caught up on what's going on, um, your sideboard can now contain actual cards in it. Um, they kind of cover like the purpose of that right here. Um, and they mentioned Riptide. That's funny. Um, sick of losing your Source Kano Master. Pick up a few copies of Oasis for Spite. Um, yeah, I think that first sentence right there kind of sums up the big problem.
It'd be funny if they made this
People,
change just purely based on the fact that people were complaining about I can't sideboard Oasis with the Kano
I mean,
matchup.
it he did so well on this last skirmish, and everybody expected it. I mean, there were a lot of other heroes that did really well too. Don't misunderstand me.
yeah.
Oldhim and Icelander.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
Oldhim, like, when's
Ka-
Oldhim never not doing good?
Kano's one of those guys that like if you don't prepare for him, like you're gonna die. Like it's like Oasis Respite being like one of those big cards that kind of help you even the odds a bit. And even but that's not like the end. Like you gotta add the blues in there. You gotta, you gotta prepare. You gotta have Arcane Barrier in your sideboard. Like you I can't emphasize it enough. You gotta prepare. And I'm telling you, man, like every skirmish, there's one, i.e. me, but there's going to be more than one, most likely,
You
just
basically,
because of
I
like
am the
how
one
good
who
he is.
knocks. I am the one who
Yeah, I'm
knocks.
the one that's going to check who has Arcane Barrier or not. No, I'm just kidding. I I mean it's panned out for me thus far. I always catch somebody slipping. Always. They're like, I sit down, I flip over my Kano card, and they're like, well, damn. And I'm like, yep, sucks for you. This game's about to be over. I hope you have something you need to do because you're going to have plenty of time to do it. And and so I think this change, while I'm unhappy about it, is good for the game. Um, I always wondered why I needed 11 equipment slots in my thing because I literally only play with like 6 cards I think for Kano.
It's for
So
all them
I have all this
assassins.
extra sideboard slots.
It's for them assassins so they can equip all these different daggers as they go through the game. Just
Yeah.
keep flick knives.
Yep.
But
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like this change, it impacts more than you think. Like now you're stuck having to prioritize cards, which was not a thing that people had to do in Blitz. And let's face it, like this is the introductory game format, right? Like
yeah,
people who are joining Flesh and Blood, like this is the format they play.
yeah,
So like
this is where you get your
you're
start at.
while yes, there's a lot more flexibility, as it says here in this article, like you sideboarding is going to be important now. Like, and that was the simplicity of it prior to was a big draw for people, right?
Hmm.
Like, yes, you had polarizing matchups, but like all in all, like you could figure it out, you know? And so I appreciate that
Hmm.
that they added a bit more complexity to this format because that's I felt like what it was missing. Like it was so polarizing that you're just like you knew the outcome when they flipped their hero over, you
Yeah.
know?
You flip it
And
over and you're like, oh god,
yeah, like
why?
well, you go back to Kano because it's like he's the highlight of this whole thing. Um, like you had people that if they had 2 AB or less, like it was it. Like that was the game. Like you didn't there was no way you were winning that. And now you can use all those extra sideboard slots that you probably have because God knows nobody has that much equipment unless you're like an assassin or something. Like, um, you can use all those extra sideboard slots for something that matters. Oasis Respite.
Yeah.
They say Time Skipper is a lightning strike, but I'm sure there's a better way to deal with Prism's auras than that. Um, you know, uh, I can't think off the top of my head, but Oasis Respite is a good card for a lot of matchups, not just Wizards. Like we were talking earlier about Bravo's Dominate. Like
Yeah.
you play a D-React and then Oasis on top of it, and that blocks the whole thing almost. So Oasis is not a bad card in any means. Definitely a staple for you new players. You should definitely pick up 3 of those.
Yeah, like
Um,
even in like the Riptide deck, Oasis goes in the sideboard now, and then like there's even added
it's
further
going to be a
slots for
mandatory 2 of.
yeah, and
Like you,
there's even going to
just
be
what you're going to have. Yep.
I'm even putting 2 more slots in there out of that 11 for the Feign Death card. Like just too good. Stuff the
Yeah.
wizard stuff. But
But I think it was a good move on LSS part. Like I said, as the Kano player, it kind of sucks for me, but that's cool. That puts me back at the drawing board. Like what me and you, Cody, were talking about. Like it forces me to double back and check on things, and
yeah,
it's not just now I have to focus on my combo line. Now it's I have to focus on my combo line and you blocking it. So it is, anything with Kano requires some practice. So
yeah.
it's gonna
Well,
be a good time. I'm excited for this upcoming skirmish.
yeah, for sure, for sure. There's just loads of options now. Like obviously you got your Kano, and Bravo, and then now you got even Bolton. Like you got 3 champs that you gotta
Yeah,
decide which one you want to play. And like I've got 2 now. Like Riptide, Levia. Like I don't foresee myself playing anybody else other than those 2 right now. So kind of easier on my part.
yeah. I definitely think I'm gonna stick with Kano. I have a lot of fun. While it is a lot of work, it's gotten pretty comfortable. I practice enough with it to where it's kind of automatic. But um, yeah, this will be a lot more fun to see. Like I feel like I'm not gonna be picking on anybody anymore.
Oh, if somebody doesn't sideboard for the wizard, it's their own fault now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like,
like Kano's like the other wizard's gone. Like all those people are going to be shifting. All the ice, like all except for Lexi, is gone. So like there's no reason not to put the stuff in your sideboard, man. Like, it's your own fault if you don't.
Yeah.
So
But I think
respect the wizard.
I think we've hit on it well. Like good change, A plus tier change. Like
Adds a lot more diversity to the format.
yep. So, but anything else you wanted to cover with our little video today? We hit the draft. We hit this.
Oh man, just excited to crack some more Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
Um,
Bring it on.
we got a nice case opening coming for you guys. Our lovely, hopefully soon sponsors of our card shops. They are supplying us with a case of Dusk Till Dawn, and excited to open it with you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all.
Give me that
That's all I got.
Levia.
Get some more gameplay videos in here soon.
Yeah, give me that Levia Marvel Redeem, man. Like that'll be the unboxing. Oh yeah.
Yeah, give me all that Bolton stuff.
Yeah, because I've been watching several people's unboxings and stuff like that, and I don't think I've seen one pulled yet. So.
Yeah, hopefully here at Royalty Card Gaming, we got you.
Yeah. No promises on that one though.
Yeah, here's to hoping though.
If we pull that, I'm gonna be like, wow, crazy, bro.
Yeah, after seeing this video, we got super fortunate this weekend. This past weekend we both got a cold foil bin set. Technically, we got 3 of them.
Yeah. We're out here monopolizing and bullying people
Well,
for their
2 bin
money.
set and 1 prism, but I traded the prism for another bin set to a player who's going to actually play prism. So, yeah, I'm excited, man. Like this set's shaping up to be pretty fun.
I don't know. I felt like this was like since I've been in, like Outsiders was a good set. Don't get me wrong, but this is a god tier set. Like, man, I'm also kind of biased being a Levia player, so there's that too. But
yep. I'm definitely excited to see how Levia and Bolton do going forward. Like, they got some much needed love.
I think that I would argue they got more love than Prism did in that regard. Like I would argue.
Yeah. Well, they're reintroducing a new Prism into the format. Like you gotta, like I feel like she's just starting. You know what I mean? Like she's gonna get some, like how she's shaping up in these figments and how it's working with the angels and stuff like that. Like that's very, very unique, and will take a lot of tweaking to get right. So I'm excited to see how it goes. And then, of course, let's not forget Vincent. Like, she's going to be a menace. Like, you gotta. Chane's good, but
Vincent's
man,
better.
consistency of this Vincent is just going to be. Initially, when I first saw her get revealed, I was like, oh, this is a weaker Chane. Nah, bro.
No, like,
she plays totally different, and it's just she or he. It's hard to tell, but
I think it's a she, but either way.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be pretty gross. Just by everything that I've seen, anything that tacks on that can't be prevented is scary. Like there's some controlled banishing here. Like some of her cards, like that, like low key, the Harvest Moon is really good.
What about Widespread Destruction?
Yeah, well, I figured everybody knew the obvious one.
It's a Command and Conquer that says anything that hits during this turn causes this to happen. Like what?
Yeah, it definitely lives up to its name. Yeah, man, this set's super exciting, and I'm looking forward to it, man.
Well, we get our first taste this weekend at Battlehard Cincinnati, so definitely gonna have to tune into that and get some thoughts and see what the meta is looking like going forward. Like obviously, there's gonna be a ton of Prism there. Like,
yeah,
there's one thing that's certain.
Vincent, I'm assuming, will be highly represented.
Yeah.
All those Chane players that were frothing at the mouth finally got something back. So It's gonna be fun to watch
Yeah,
for
because you'll
sure.
have those two. You still got Lexi that was taking up a large majority of the market, and then that really like leaves the rest of the field. Where does that go to? Like, because especially with Bolton and Levia getting support, like I'm sure there'll be like a handful of them that show up as well.
Mm.
So
I think it's gonna take a little time to figure Bolton out, but Levia, dang man, it's gonna be. She built herself these days.
well, like that, but like the thing about Levia and like Mansana has pointed this out, it's like it's how you, it's what you're banishing now that really matters. Because with the consume
Yeah,
transformation, you get the replay factor from those, and that can, if you've got a bunch of dominate in there like Writhing Beast Hulks, or Dread Screamers, or even the Endless Maw that you can replay, that's huge value. Because all of a sudden you can just block out 3 cards in hand, have a blue in hand, and Endless Maw for 9 from banish. Like
and then
what?
fucking convulsions from your arsenal
Yeah,
into your endless maw, and then just laugh as they're sitting here spending their whole hand.
yeah. It's definitely like we'll see where it stands in pro play like after the next couple battle hardens, but I definitely feel like it's not to be slept on in the right hands. Like you will you'll be put to sleep. Like
Yeah, it's exciting, man. This format is shaping up to be shaken up.
yeah.
So
Well,
exciting.
I I think you have to
Anyway,
get going to the gym, right? So
yeah, we thanks for tuning in, everybody.
yeah.
We of course appreciate all of our viewers. Um, again, shout out to Express TCG, Top Dog Comics. Like they've made this weekend very pleasant. It was an enjoyable experience for us both.
Yeah, it was a weekend for the people, and like it was really nice to
Yeah,
see that.
yeah,
But yeah, like give us a like, comment, tell us what we could do better, or if you just think we're idiots, dislike the video. All the interaction helps. So
and subscribe, please.
yeah, yep.
Please subscribe. We we're not doing this. We're doing this because we love this game. So,
um,
um, yeah, I appreciate all of you. But just remember, here at Royalty Card Gaming, we're better than you.
and we're
We're
gonna
gonna
let
show
you
you
know.
why.
We're gonna let you know why. No, not
Just kidding. I hope you guys have a good day.
yeah,
And it was thanks again.
yeah. Y'all have a